is getting ready to take the church. He's getting ready to take the church, the very bride of Christ, by surprise. He's getting ready to take the very bride of Christ by surprise. And saying, did you really expect that I was going to do things in that way? Did you really expect that I was going to do things in that way continuously? The very reason why we've seen some ministries expand and grow in such leaps and bounds is because they've not allowed themselves to be restricted. They've not placed restrictions on the flow and the move of the Holy Spirit. And those that we are seeing even today, the few of them that exist, that are free of any denomination or church affiliation. And when I was very much younger, but small, one of the first messages, or one of the messages that I heard brought or preached, if you like, are not one for using favorite terms that the church likes to use, because it places the Holy Spirit, places the Spirit and the things of God in a very unpopular light, because of the very mess that the church has created. But one of the messages, or the messages preached that I heard many years ago, was by one of the very people that comes to mind, of Reinhard Bonnke and Christ for All Nations, was God moves with the man who moves. God moves with the man who moves. God moves with the, call it if you want to, woman who moves. God moves with a man who moves. Not meaning any specific gender in this case. God will not allow himself to be dictated to. Do you understand me today? Do you understand me when I say that God will not allow himself to be dictated to? God will not allow himself to be dictated to. I don't care what pastors say. I don't care what you say. I don't care if it doesn't suit you. I don't care if it doesn't suit your agendas. Understand? I don't care if you're on the payroll. Okay, I'm not on a payroll, you understand? So I don't care if you're on the payroll, and I don't care if it doesn't suit you. Do you understand? We're not in this for popularity. We are in this for popularity. We're in this for obedience. We're in this for a reason. And the reason for the season is that the Holy Spirit will not allow restraint upon the church. Even as he bears witness now, speaking, the Holy Spirit bears witness. And he begins to prosper the things of the Spirit. He begins to prosper the things of the Spirit. He begins to prosper the flow of the Spirit. And as we start confirming what he's wanting to say, as we start confirming what he's wanting to do, and as he starts acknowledging, and he says, yes, that is the will of God. Yes, that is the will of God. Yes, that is the will of God. Things start to move. That's when things start to move. When the will of God is spoken. And the Holy Spirit bears witness, and he says, yes, that is the will of God. Yes, that's when he starts to move. That's when he starts to operate. And I believe we're moving in such a great time of the Holy Spirit. We're moving in such a great season of the Holy Spirit. Great outpouring that's coming, a great outpouring of the things of the Spirit. Very people still praying for revival. People still praying for revival. Oh God, send revival. And we're not in a season of revival. We haven't been in a season of revival for decades. In fact, the late Catherine Kuhlman said that back then in the 60s that we weren't in a season of revival. Quite inexplicably, quite surprisingly, I discovered not too recently, long after I'd been saying it, we're not in a season of revival. We are in a season of a great restoration of the church. We are in a season of great restoration of the bride of Christ. But the church, the Christians want to revive everything. They just want to, revive everything. Just revive it. Just revive it. Doesn't matter if it collapses afterwards. Just revive it. Doesn't matter. Oh, but we are in such a glorious hour of the mighty outpouring of the third person of the Trinity. And as I get